COVID-19 has killed almost 90,000 people in the United States alone in less than 5 months. The Vietnam War killed 54,000 Americans in 19 years. What this disease will prove is that Trump and the Republicans are buffoons. That the Democrats were weak and chose not to push back hard enough. It will show that the system was rigged against Bernie Sanders. It will show the greed of liberals and conservatives. It will show the exploitation of workers. It will show how pollution has led to our greed and dumbfuckery. That we live in a confederacy of dunces. The follies of youth. And that the patriarchy was used as a weapon against women. As you're all slutting around out there during an airborne disease that will kill you 480 times quicker than HIV. Has a gestation period of 70 days. And some people who got HIV 40 years ago, when I was born in 1979 in the early 80s, are still alive. Laugh it up. I'm convinced enough that I'm a good dude. I'm 40 years old and, well, I'm not out there fucking during the COVID. Largely that comes from the fact that you age-phobic classes call me an incel. Well, I want to date women between 18 and 24. To me it seems like I'm a volcel. To me it seems like you're bigots. Like, you'll judge me based on not having a lot of money. Even though the large majority of your generation, Generation Z or Zoomers, claim to be democratic socialists. So, from what I'm seeing is that you have socialist leanings, Bernie Sanders supporters, right? Like I was. But a credit card puts you in a better position to become a boyfriend than not having a credit card. If that's not the case, your evil comes from the fact that you're a bigot. You're age-phobic, and I don't understand that. I have this conversation with a lot of my friends, usually to start the friendship. You'll put me in a position of where you're like, well, I don't really want to, I'm not really attracted to older guys. And I'm like, that's fair enough, but what about like Matt Damon and stuff like that? Oh, no, I don't really find Henry Rollins attractive, or like Brad Pitt attractive, or, whomever the celebrity. I don't really find them attractive, you'll say. And I'll say, well, fair enough. But then we'll start talking, and I'll be like, well, fair enough, you're entitled to your opinion. So what is it that you do in life? And then we start having a conversation, and at that you realize that I am a good dude. And see, for women, attractiveness does not always come down to a person's looks. I'm not saying I'm a bad-looking guy, but what I'm saying is that the difference between myself and maybe a younger dude is that I will sit there and have a conversation with you without it turning to sex a lot of times, or all about myself. I see a lot of guys where it's just like they're on a date or whatever, and it'll come down to either the guy has a lot of money, so he'll just sit there and yawn as she's talking about herself, because eventually she'll fuck him anyway because he's got the money. Or it'll come down to the fact that he's young, so he just like, he's gonna get his career started in a minute, you know what I mean? And he'll yada 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 about himself, the egotism of it. And I kind of watch that like, well, that relationship will last maybe 2 months tops, and then they'll each go to guys that are the same exact type of dude, and the guy will go to a chick that's the exact same type of chick. But, you know, that's the follies of youth, you know what I mean? Like, you go out there and you experiment and you try things. What I'm saying is you don't know because you haven't tried to have a conversation with me, unless it comes down to finger waving. But if it doesn't, and you're nice to me, then I'm nice to you. If not, I just block you. I don't really need the toxicity in my life, because opposites attract, you know what I mean? Like, if you're there, you suck. And I'm a person who is a social critic, and I'm there doing that. Like, I will roast things and ideas as being ideas that stand in my way, like capitalism or religion or money that stand in my way. But if you, like, come at me like, well, it's your problem, you know, you're the asshole in the situation, not me, that's where I press the block button, because I don't need it. Imagine it, you're a comedian or a social commentator, and then some shithole comes up and starts blasting on you when you didn't sign up for this death comedy jam. You decided to do a monologue over YouTube or something. And then somebody started, like, bitching about your behavior when they're doing stuff that's hypocritical. Like fucking slut after slut during the COVID, or being a slut during the COVID, or exposing you for things that they themselves do. So, like, if you want to hang out with me and you're in the age range of woman that I'm looking for, fine. But I'm not there to be your platonic friend at that point. Over the internet, fine. But IRL, and I show up after you praise me, and there are women there that I think are attractive in that age range, I'd rather talk to the women. I'm not gay, and I'm not a hater. You see what I mean? Like, why you're there cock-blocking me only shows the follies of youth, and the follies of greed, and the follies of the Stockholm Syndrome that you have with the oligarchic powers of capitalism and religion. So if I'm there and the women are there, let me talk to the women and stay the fuck out of my way, please. I'm a human being, and I deserve to pursue happiness. If you can't see that, fuck you. It's not my attitude. My attitude is fine. The problem is you're an age phobe, a greedmonger, a bigot, a classist, and a hypocrite. If you're not, well, I'm at the House of Charity in Spokane, Washington. Lineup is at 6 p.m., ladies. I shower every damn day, and I do my laundry, and I sleep on clean linen. You judging me for your association with the late-stage capitalist system, when you're a socialist, or claim to be a democratic socialist, which is 90% of your generation, no joke, you're the hypocrite. I'm not here to listen to how I'm a hypocrite. Because I can do an hour-long video about how I suck as a human being. It would be boring for me to do that, because I would sit there and list out all my bad qualities. Is that a way to get women to like you, to point out your own bad qualities? No. If you're going to be shitty towards me, I'm going to be shitty towards you, then block you. Comprende? Alright, I'm glad we had this discussion.